Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing multiple times and expecting different results, and in the mainstream game industry, that seems par for the course. Bungie recently released their gameplay trailer, and a whole bunch of people are testing the whole thing out, and I'm going to go ahead and play in the background right here. There's a lot of mixed feelings going on with this game, whether or not it really is marathon. If you look at that like to dislike ratio down there, my goodness, it's really getting close. Now, this is strictly from the marathon side, 110,000 subscribers. I'm not sure. I don't really play extraction shooters. I'm a fan of Destiny, at least older Destiny and Destiny 2. So the color palette is leaving a lot of people questioning where they're going to go with this game. What kind of story is it going to have? Why are all these characters female? Yeah, these are the discussions going on. Everyone is going to have their own opinions on this. I need to see more personally, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And well, we're starting to hear more. Like for me, I don't care what the characters look like as much as I care about what is the gameplay loop. Like I said, I may be tuned out on this game simply because of the extraction shooter. So it sounds like, based on the pricing model, they came out, and there was some speculation that it's going to be a premium title, which led people to believe that it would be a premium price tag. Marathon had to come out and shoot that down into the ground, that it would not have a full price tag. So it won't be $70. Cool. Are they going for the Helldivers 2 route with a $40 price tag? Paul Tassi over here. I don't know if this is, I guess, a little tilde, approximately $40. So we're still speculating, waiting for more information. But the way Paul describes it, it sounds like, indeed, they're trying for the Helldivers 2 pricing model, which I don't think that's going to help. Paul writes, the marathon math is fundamentally hard regardless of quality. Approximately $40 for 6 characters. Really? Are they not going to allow people to customize their characters? Massive red flag or strike number 1. Only 3 maps on release. Oh dear. Massive strike number 2. What appears to be 1 mode at launch plus battle passes and microtransactions. Players are getting tired of microtransactions, not so much battle passes as long as they are optional, cosmetic only, and worth the price of admission. And so far, again, Bungie, you're going to have to show us more. Well, one of the things they've shown us is this lovely little thing over here. This article comes from PCGamer.com, bastion of journalistic integrity, but hey, sometimes they just put out information. Marathon won't have proximity chat. Then why bother? It would be way too toxic. Ladies and gentlemen, there's these options that you can go into your audio settings called mute, turn off chat. Why would you take that option away from players who enjoy talking trash to each other? It's a competitive game, PvPvE. Players like talking shit. And some players out there have, well, let's say a spine, thicker skin than others, that use that trash talk that's thrown at them as motivation to get good scrub. The quote, I don't think anyone has a good solution to that just yet. What? The most basic of solution has been built into online games for, I don't know, since forever. Mute. Turn off chat. We all have that moment when our eyes are open to the hijinks made possible by proximity chat, unless, of course, you want to turn it off. For me, it was the night some guy in DayZ drove a truck through the town I was looting while screaming at the top of his lungs, the volume gradually rising and falling as he disappeared over the horizon. See, personally, I would find that rather interesting because you can hear it coming. It adds to the game, it adds to the atmosphere, and it adds to the living quality of the game you're playing. But if you're a little baby who can't handle the bad words and think they're violence, just turn it off. Problem solved, ladies and gentlemen. We have solved this so-called no good solution to it yet. Ever since that formative belly laugh, it's been a treat to watch a once niche feature of milsims. Oh, you have a thesaurus, don't you? Make the jump to battle royals and more recently extraction shooters, unless you want to turn it off. Proximity chat is the modern tool for our modern times. Yeah, people like it. People find it useful. But it has a downside. As long as someone's standing close enough, you're at the mercy of what they have to say. Unless you just turn it off. Whether it's friendly or downright awful. Because, you know, when you're playing a competitive shooter or a competitive game in general, people are going to say the most vile, nasty, horrific things that they can think of, and some of them are even new, to get under your skin, to get that psychological advantage. It's nothing new. There's been trash talking in competition, well, since competition was thought of. Until you mute them, how can you sit there and write an article where you don't know what the solution is and you provide the solution right there in the article? Huh. That recipe for toxicity was potent enough for Bungie to decide that proximity chat wouldn't make the cut in its upcoming extraction shooter marathon, which I do believe will be detrimental to the popularity of the game, because what's the point? You can't hear when someone's coming around the corner? A noise happens while you're in the middle of looting in your extraction looter shooter. Huh. No warning whatsoever unless you mute the whole thing. Quote, when it comes to prox chat, I don't think we're against the experience of it, to be fair. Well, that's a lie because you're not putting it in the game, are you, Joe Ziegler? That's a lie. If you weren't against it, you would still have it in your game. Such a foolish thing to say, while at the same time saying, we're not going to have it in the game. We're not against it, but we're just not going to have it in the game because it's too toxic. Game director Joe Ziegler told PC Gamer in an interview at Bungie's Seattle studio. Quote continues, I think the challenge is how to make sure we're creating a... Oh, fucking sakes. Sorry. How we're creating a safe environment for players inside of that space. Ladies and gentlemen, words are violence. It's harmful. You just can't have a thick enough skin to deal with words. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words apparently cause violence. This is a bit ridiculous. Well, how did we get here? It's bullying online, Kilted. How can you handle bullying? I was bullied in real life for 5 years of my junior high and high school life. You think some internet troll is going to bother me in the slightest? Just to give you a little context, being bullied in the real world can lead to actual physical pain. What did you do about it? Fought back. I got good, scrub. I did something about it, personally. If you have a problem with someone calling you names online, you mute them, you stop them, you ignore them, you move on with your life, and you come to the realization that in the grand scheme of things, they are the most meaningless thing in existence. It's what you do. The quote continues. I don't think anyone really has a good solution that just yet. Yeah. Wait. Mute. Block. It's a feature that's available on social media across the board. You can block someone from your YouTube channel. You can mute someone on Twitter. You block them on Twitter. They can still see your nonsense, but you don't have to ever see theirs. It's very easy. In most multiplayer games, you can block people and you can mute them. Never have to worry about them again. So this idea that we don't know what to do. No. Yes, we do. We all know what to do, but we don't want to do it. People don't want to do it. They want to find something to whinge on and on and on about on social media to get those lovely little virtue signaling brownie points. That's all I see this as. We're so dedicated to making sure that we're, again, with a safe space where we don't have players just flaming each other or doing terrible things to one another. What's the quote? You wouldn't survive in a Call of Duty lobby. I stayed away from those games because I didn't care. I wasn't into the PvP. But my goodness, how have we gotten here, folks? Generations that grew up on South Park, that grew up on Family Guy, American Dad, are suddenly offended by trolls. Sorry, I do not, and probably never will, quite understand. I think we're not ready to invest in proximity chat until we have a solution. Put in the mute button. An explanation that will undoubtedly bring mixed reactions. Well, yeah. I do have friends and coworkers who wince at the thought of having to put up with the ramblings of nearby strangers. I know it sounds like I'm just beating a dead horse here, but you don't have to. Like, what is this article? What is this video? I don't know. Social enrichment be damned. And we'll think, why do you have to hear other people that you're mowing through, that you're supposed to be taking out, making them go back to the start menu? The only people you need to hear are the people on your team, and I'm almost positive there's ways to do that without having proximity chat turned on. People do it for fun. It adds to the atmosphere, but nah, we're just not going to have it in there in this looter shooter, in this extraction shooter, even though others have it out there too. I'm of the mind that skipping proximity chat will shrink Marathon's possibility space. Oh, that won't be the only thing, I'm afraid. Might be that price tag and what's available on release. Extraction shooters can't truly reach their peak without impromptu negotiations, team-ups, deceptions, and roleplay. What is this quote from? Ziegler continues. I think that's where we stand right now, Ziegler says. Like, if it was magical and we could somehow come up with a solution, mute. I think we totally would do it, mute button. But right now, it's a challenge because I can't figure out the mute button that many companies are trying to figure out because they haven't discovered the turn it off button. Just allow chat with the group that you're in. Seems like a simple thing to me. We're going to just keep going on and on and on about this. One thing, the trailer for this game, let's see what we got going on over here. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I mean, outside of the color palette, the visuals do look interesting. We'll have to wait and see on the price tag. I don't necessarily have a problem. I'm looking at the characters. They all look robotic. So, are they male? Are they female? Lack of character customization, I see as a definite penalty. That's a chick. That's a chick. I don't know what that is. Escape will make me God. Goes through the escape will make me God. I need to do some more research. I did see a few people saying that this isn't actually what Marathon was in the beginning. I've also heard maybe this is... I thought to myself that maybe this is an overcorrection with the color palette. Will the price tag take people away from this? Will the price tag be $40? The lack of, I don't know, variety when the game comes out, will that affect it? Will the lack of proximity chat, because you're just too toxic, will that affect the purchases of this game? But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, hit that little subscribe button, and do all those nifty little things that YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.